It's coming. This is a lot of effort too. I gotta dig up my squares first, and of course the clay is hardened in the earth now, and there's lots of stones where I'm digging, but row by row we'll get there. I'm hoping to get halfway today, which will be to that, pretty much to that little bit of a line there, ridge there, and then do the other half tomorrow. I'm leaving the edges open for now, and I'm going to leave a path up the middle so that I can walk, because I want things that will flower and drop over the edge to be along the edges. So yeah, it's coming. These are the spots that I have cut out so far after day 2. Almost looks like something out of outer space. But you'd think that after all of this, it would look more finished up on the roof. But I will show you in a minute, it is not. Still a long way to go. So there's more clover piles that I'm going to take from, and we'll get there eventually. This is after 2 days of slogging, cutting out the sod and getting it up onto the roof. And so not even halfway, might be a third of the way, but I've still got a long way to go. And as you can see over there, all the spots I took it from. So I've still got a lot to do. Figure at least probably 3-4 more days. And but it's coming. It's very good. And those daisies over there are still standing up. They were planted 2 days ago, so I'm excited. There, they seem to be living. So far, so good. Okay, so I am in day 4 of getting my clover from the ground to the roof, to the living roof. It is a very labor-intensive, onerous, long process. So I've decided to shoot a video to show you the process start to finish. So I'm going to do that once. And keep in mind when you're watching that I have to do that same thing, at least 100 more times, at least. So yeah, but I hope it all works out. I've ordered some mixed clover seeds from a company out west that I'm going to sprinkle on top. I'm going to keep watering it, got to keep nurturing it. A lot of the little flowers around the property are going to seed right now, so I'll be picking and choosing which ones I want to put up there. I don't want anything too long and scraggly looking, but if I can get some color on the edges and even some plants hanging over the edge, that would be fantastic. The goal now is to keep it alive. Obviously this is not the time of year to do this, but this is just how it worked out for timing, so I have to work with what I have. I just hope that the big rains, when they come, don't wash it all away and it all has to start again next year. God help me. Anyway, I'm hoping to avoid that by putting a lot of earth up there and tightly fitting the patches of clover. So let's hope. But anyways, here is the process. Okay, critical first step is dirt, and so I laugh when I get my shovel full of dirt because Dave and I spent some time at the garden center in town calculating how much we would need and freaking out about how much it was going to cost to buy dirt. And then luckily I put a stop to that whole crazy mindset and said, you know what? No, we're not buying dirt. The heck with that. I have piles of dirt back at the ranch. I know I need it for my cob, but I think I have enough. Let's hope. If not, I'll get my neighbor to dig another hole. So we have abundance of dirt. I was also worried about plants and getting things to put up on the roof. I have an abundance of that. This year's been a banner crop of clover. It just goes to show you, you have what you need if you just look around. I'm going to adjust the camera and we'll dig up some clover. And there it is. That beautiful patch of clover. And I've done the math. I think I have to do that about at least 300 times. So this area also, the shovel went in the dirt. There's lots of areas where that's not happening very easily. It's like concrete right now. So yes, we'll persevere. That's that. Back to work. That's how you do it each time. And so I'm making progress. There's it's about halfway, I think, I would say. And whenever I come across daisies, which I did here in this patch, I hope they survive. Those ones over there. I'm going to turn this camera around so I can make sure that you're seeing what I'm showing there. So over there's a patch of daisies, and I planted those the first day, which was a week ago. So we watered them, then we left for a couple of days to PEI, so this middle bit here has suffered a bit. It's brown, but there are green bits coming through again. This is today. We have more daisies, and I've got a bunch of seeds planted in amongst all of this soil that is those pretty pink flowers over there. So hopefully those drape over the edge. That would be super duper fantastic. So yeah, so I've got pretty much halfway done. Got a little patch there that I did already, just to stop any earth sliding all the way down when it does rain, finally. It hasn't rained, which is actually a blessing in some ways. And so now I've just got to keep going around the top, and then start to make my way down. This is my entry point to bring the bags up from the scaffolding. So I got to keep this open, and then I'll fill this in. So I got another good 2 solid days of work here after today probably. But we're getting there. Yay! Okay, so after day 5, I am almost done. Thank God. There's that pathway still to get more up. That square at the top is where my wood stove pipe's gonna go through the floor. I gotta do that, and then I can turf around it, and then this is all done. I've still got to deal with my drainage holes. They're not draining properly, but that's another day. This is the entry from the ladder up. So yeah, I mean, one more sort of couple of hours of work cutting the turf and bringing it up, and it should be done. My big thing now is I need rain so bad. There's a 40% chance of rain for a little bit today. I don't know if we're gonna get it. Oh my gosh, this roof really needs rain. So let's hope and pray. But I'm super excited. Time to celebrate.